lifestyle of the Somalis have completely changed.
Yes.
And that has a lot to do with this mental health.
Mm-hmm.
This,
In what way?
there were people who were looking after animals.
Yes.
And they were always around. They didn't have any problem. The only problem that they used to have was droughts and shortage of
yes.
But here now, they moved from the rural areas to the cities, while they remain unemployed, nothing to do,
just chew cat.
Just chewing cat. So they think a lot, and that has a lot of
impact on that.
Yes.
And at the same, because of these wars, there are a lot of people who are displaced.
Yes.
Moving from place to place to find an opportunity to all these things happen.
Tough life.
Here. Our guys in the United States Al-Mut Foundation have done their best to construct a very good piece of infrastructure. But the most important link is missing, and that's the human resource.
In our area, there's no mental health activities, but we were thinking to start an outpatient clinic within the Borma Children's Hospital.
Yes.
And the new graduates who've been trained by the mental health team from the Kings.
They've been here for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
They have, I think, supported both the medical and the nursing schools with experts coming here with the examinations, external examinations.
We have to review each day how our timekeeping is going.
Yes, you know, when the class ends by 5:30, we can sit down and then think for the next day.
What would you think is a healthy person? Healthy mind?
A person that was healthy for physically and mentally. A state of well-being physically and mentally.
Substance misuse is not just related in psychiatry, and it's the most common comorbidity in psychiatry, but it's the most common comorbidity in any branch of medicine or surgery.
We'll go through the personal history now. She was born by emergency caesarean section, and she developed normally, but her father was always chewing cat. He was very violent towards the mother and the children.
So I'm going to talk about chin and mental health in Somaliland. So though it seems scary, but it is a real thing that happens in Somaliland. The traditional healers, they got feel better, some of them, but they frequently get back sooner and sooner for relapses of their symptoms. Most of these patients come to the hospitals with the complications from their herbal medications.
What do you guys think if we decide that there will be a total separation between the sexes and only men will examine men patients and only women will examine women patients, and there will be a total separation, therefore we remove the temptation.
I always have to have a guard with me when I teach, so he is here. So today it is safe for me to walk in the street for a few minutes. Mentioned some things that sometimes can happen with depression. I want to ask you a little bit about the other side, the performance side of things. So, for example, do you understand what the word erection means?
I understand.
Okay. Does are you able to get erection?
I don't get erections.
That you've got a problem with relations with your husband?
Yeah.
How long has that been a problem for?
Last 3 years.
Last 3 years, okay.
But it's become worse in the last 2 months.
Last 2 months. What you describe is what we call panic attack, which is a common problem. And also you've got what we call agoraphobia, where you're afraid to go out, you're afraid to go to the market. Rapport. Did that establish good rapport? Did we get on very well together? No. No. This is the Boroma Maternity Children's Hospital. So I'm just coming here to find out how they screen for mental health. Would it help if you had more training to ask about mental illness or? And to give basic information to the mothers, yes. Perinatal psychiatry is a branch of treating the mentally ill, and it's particularly in pregnancy and when the baby's up to 1 year old. And the reason we have a special area, because there's particular stress during this time for women, but also there's some biological factors. The hormones interact and can make illness more likely to happen in this period. Sometimes the only people that can get this information are the midwives.
We are in an outpatient clinic with Dr. Nick Sacker. We have seen 2 cases. The first case was a 41-year-old man who has the suspiciousness of his wife being slept with another man for 20 years. He was doing well 20 years ago when he was arranging with another marriage. He was married with his wife.
And also?
And he started to chew cat. And he had presented also at that time with special behavior of doing dams and breaking down things and using.
And I've been attending the psychiatric course because I wanted to upgrade my psychiatric skills, because I come across patients with psychiatric problems because there are no psychiatrists. That's why I have to take care of them.
You know, your presence here was very useful. You know, the reason that it was so useful was that we were being supervised on outpatients by Dr. Neil or Dr. Peter.
He was here last
3 days.
3 days. Peter Hughes.
Yeah.
So he saw a number of interesting cases, and we also recruited them for the next day for teaching purposes.
And we learned the way the history will be taken, and Dr. Peter Hughes and Dr. Leo Sacker will supervise us on drugs and educate people on side effects and taking global history and asking us and using the cases.
What you to do is to write a full history and mental states on a patient that you see, or a patient that we see here, or any patient you might think of.
Give this to us.
Well done, all of you.
Thank you for that.
Hi everyone. It was our pleasure to have all these people around us. They helped us. And now I understand more what's psychiatric, and we are so happy that they teach us so we can change the future of our country. Thank you.
it's not just a one-off quick visit to this place, that perhaps we, if we're allowed to, I think Camilla feels the same, be linked here, because as well as doing work as a one-off, you become curious to see what's happened in 2 or 3 years. So thank you very much, and I hope I can come back again.
We all should maintain our sense of adventure. I'm sure we'll turn Somalia, all of us, into a thriving medical centre that it already is beginning to be. Thank you for having me here, and I will take back many memories back to London.
For the last 5 years, I think,
Up to 10 years.
almost about 57 doctors has graduated from the medical schools of Somaliland, and this has made an impact on all parts of the country. Even they went to the eastern part of the country, in which the hospitals were not working, and THET was part of that. They are the ones who contributed to the production of these health professionals, who are all really contributing to the country. And we are really thanking them. And we already see the impact of that support. And we hope that they will continue.
As a result of the team regularly coming here, we started, a number of us thought we were starting courses in global health at King's. And those courses just drew in people who had been in Somaliland, basically. And that catalysed a little bit more global health education. And that's actually now catalysed a whole move across the university in global health.
In Somaliland who get neglected so much. You will see Hargeisa Group Hospital, the mental health patients are suffering because they don't get good care. You can see people here on the streets are suffering because they get people treat them badly. And we have our nice lives. Any of us could get mental illness. And just think about what it is like for them, and how we all must promote the rights of mentally ill people in this country. Because I am sure that all of us have got relatives with mental illness. We should think about them and our brothers and sisters in Somaliland.